Next on Worcester News tonight, a horrible accident involving a school bus in Westboro. We have the latest details. And the race for the White House continues. Good evening, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim McCone. We begin tonight in Westboro, the site of a car accident that involved a minivan and a school bus. It all unfolded a little after 4:30. The minivan striking the side of the bus and then getting pinned underneath. An elderly couple along with a younger passenger were inside the van. The young girl was able to get out on her own and was walking around when first responders arrived. Now, the other two passengers were trapped inside. Crews worked for about 90 minutes to free the minivan driver. They're both now in critical condition. There were no kids on the bus at the time, and the driver of the school bus was not injured.
So the vehicle that you see behind me actually went underneath the bus, and the body of the vehicle was collapsed around the driver itself. So it took us some time just to gain access to her. But then we required the assistance of a local towing company, Ted's Towing, to lift the vehicle, the bus up off of the car so we could roll the dashboard up off of the patient. So once we accomplished that, we were able to move her out pretty easily. But it was a very technical process.
And I saw this car in front of me run into it. I stopped. And yeah, I hear a big boom. And we stopped. I parked my car in the parking lot. We all tried to help, but the car was locked. I saw two senior people in the car, and I see an airbag coming out. So I saw they're very senior, very fragile.
The accident remains under investigation. Well, a scare for a bunch of tour bus passengers on the Mass Pike this afternoon. They were forced to scramble off the bus in Southboro after it caught fire. Here's a picture of the bus on fire, pulled over on the Pike. It pretty much burned to the ground. Now, state police say all 50 passengers on board and the driver got off the bus safely. Another bus picked up the passengers who were stuck on the side of the highway for a while. It's not clear which company operates the bus, and it's not clear what caused the fire. This incident led to some lane closures on the Mass Pike, and since this happened just before 3 this afternoon, it obviously caused a major rush hour traffic headache. State police are investigating. Well, Super Tuesday is now in the books. It was a big night for Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and today we caught up with two Central Mass political insiders to get their takes on the night.
Let's go talk to Paul. Hi, Paul.
The phone lines were lit at WTAG Wednesday with callers wanting to talk Super Tuesday results with Jordan Levy. The former mayor says there were plenty of surprises, including Hillary Clinton only narrowly winning Worcester, even after her husband led a late-night rally this week in the city.
She only won Worcester by 500 votes. It says a lot about who Hillary Clinton is. She doesn't have any groundswell support. There's not a lot of excitement around her candidacy. I think there's going to be a lot of stay-home Democrats if Bernie Sanders doesn't continue.
Former Worcester County Sheriff and political analyst Guy Glotis says despite the narrow victory in the city, don't count out the Clinton name come November.
One thing's for sure, people have underestimated the Clintons over and over, and they've been proven wrong.
On the Republican side, Donald Trump had another big night, winning 7 states, including Massachusetts. Levy says his win in the Bay State might be his most impressive.
Look at all the shakers and movers in Massachusetts, from the governor and the lieutenant governor and all those people coming down. None of these people are supporting Trump. Matter of fact, these people have asked really for voters to go somewhere else. He had a big victory in Massachusetts.
Governor Charlie Baker addressed Trump's win today, saying his stance has not changed.
I wasn't going to vote for Donald Trump yesterday, and I didn't, and I don't plan to vote for him in November.
It's reactions like Governor Baker's that has Glotis believing we could see record turnouts come November.
If it comes down to Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, you can guarantee there will be a 95% voter turnout, with 60% of the electorate coming out to vote against someone. Not for someone, but against someone.
Now, obviously, a little tongue-in-cheek there with the 95% turnout, but those votes in November will not be cast for Ben Carson. He said today he's effectively ending his run for president. In a statement, Carson said he sees no path forward to the nomination, and he will not attend tomorrow's Republican debate in Michigan. New information on the Hubbardson teenage boy who was critically injured in this crash on Route 62 in Barrie last week that killed his sister. The father of 15-year-old Griffin March tells the Telegram and Gazette that the teen is breathing on his own at UMass Memorial. Griffin suffered a severe brain injury, but his father says there's a good chance Griffin will recover with time and rehab. Griffin's sister, 17-year-old Brittany March, was killed in last Wednesday's crash. It's not clear what caused it. The March family has set up a scholarship fund in Brittany's name to help other young adults attend college. Donations for the scholarship can be made to Quabbin Regional School District. Well, a local medical school is helping to put an end to a term that is derogatory to the intellectually disabled. Our Patricia Nicholas spoke to student leaders of the organization and has more.
Laurel and Joe met in September through the Best Buddies program at UMass Medical School. The international organization fosters friendships between those with disabilities and those without, a friendship Laurel says she is grateful for.
There's differences across all people, but when you actually find some common interest, no matter what that person's abilities or disabilities, it really, you can flounder on that friendship. You just need to allow that common interest to really come to light.
Today, the UMass chapter encouraged their peers to pledge to no longer use the R word, a term derogatory to the mentally disabled community. Participants say it's a small step that will make a big difference.
We're entering a profession where we're dealing with, all sorts of diverse patient populations. If this is one small step we can take to ensure that, a patient feels comfortable, confiding in us or feels comfortable in the care that we're giving, I'm happy to sign this petition like 100 times over.
As a future provider and a leader in the community, it's really important that we don't perpetuate these negative stereotypes and these really hurtful words, especially to people struggling with mental handicap.
The UMass Best Buddies chapter is less than 5 years old. The chapter says after the age of 21, many services stop for the mentally disabled. They want to fill that gap and provide an outlet.
So they can go and they can feel comfortable and they can get in touch with similar adults with intellectual disabilities.
Alex Buslov is one of the presidents of the organization. He says when it comes to spending time with his buddy, he gets just as much out of it as his buddy does.
Just being with him is a great opportunity to take things slower a little bit and not be in this bubble of always worrying about studying and just appreciate, just the day-to-day life that sometimes we lose.
Patricia Nicholas, Worcester News Tonight.
20 high school students and 55 instructors from across New England participated in the Extreme Redesign competition Wednesday at WPI. The 3D printing company Stratasys hosted the global competition for students of all levels to create or redesign innovations using 3D printing technology. Now, today's competition honored work created by finalists from the New England area with a People's Choice Award.
This is my first time here. I think it was really exciting to just go through the process of making my part, but I also like seeing everyone else's designs, some things I would never even have thought of.
Last year, 2 of the finalists went on to compete and win first and second place at the global level for their inventions. Their inventions even flew with NASA. Pretty cool stuff. Well, some good news for golfers in the city. Green Hill Golf Course set to open up this weekend. Golfers will be able to tee off on the course beginning Saturday. Now, the course closed for the season back on December 26th. This is a welcome change for the golf course. They weren't able to open last year until early April. Green Hill will be open at 8 a.m. The first tee time is at 8:15. A familiar face is joining Worcester's new professional hockey team, and he's a guy who knows what it takes to build a good brand in the city. Our Andy Madison has the details.
Like bake sale tables with bunting.
Mike Myers is back at DCU Center.
Stretched across here and then we...
Looking through his old Sharks office, which for the moment is a short walk from his current one.
I'm excited to hit the ground running. So we started yesterday and it was a whirlwind.
Myers started Tuesday as Director of Community Development for Worcester's new ECHL team set to take the ice next year. A familiar face to Worcester hockey, Myers was a goalie at Assumption College and spent almost a decade with the Sharks before they left for California.
I'm hoping to bring that experience and take some of the good that we and some of the learnings we had and bring it here and combine it with some of the new energy and different perspective that Toby and Cliff bring to the table.
We're trying to get the right people, and obviously Mike Myers was a key addition.
Myers says the night the Sharks left, he was one of the last to leave the office. So it's only fitting that he's one of the first to return with the new team.
This is where I belong. This is what I believe in. I've been a part of Worcester hockey since I came here to go to college.
And soon, this will be his office again. Crews are hoping it will be finished by the summer.
We're just redoing them all. We're opening up some space for a conference room for meetings and collaboration that way.
Andy Madison, Worcester News Tonight.